the dowry deaths that are being reported. Our special focus this evening, we ask, when will our lawmakers wake up to the menace of dowry deaths? After the shocking case of 33-year-old Twisha Sharma, who was found dead at her home in Bhopal, another case from Noida has shocked the nation. Both were newly married, both had their entire lives ahead of them, but fell prey to the demon of dowry, a social evil that continues to consume our society. Twisha Sharma, a former Miss Pune 2012, met her husband Samarth Singh, a practicing Bhopal-based advocate, through a dating app in 2024. They got married in December 2025, but just 4 months later, Twisha was found hanging in her husband's house in Bhopal. According to the chats, the WhatsApp chats between Twisha and her mother, her family members reveal that she felt trapped in an unhappy marriage and was being mentally harassed. She repeatedly asked her mother to come and take her back. In one of the conversations, Twisha expressed feeling lonely and missing her family. She blamed her bad deeds for her current situation and for being alone. These chats clearly suggest Twisha was battling a toxic marriage, but no appeal for her was paid any heed to. In fact, her mother-in-law, a retired judge who has been accused of harassment, claims Twisha was on drugs and went into an anxiety spiral when she learned she was pregnant. As we speak, search for Twisha's husband Samarth Singh continues, who is absconding. We're also waiting to hear what the court has to say. Twisha's family says this is a pre-planned murder. They confirm that she was being tortured for dowry and have refused to cremate her till a second post-mortem is done. Let me take you through the demands that have been put forward by Twisha's family. Twisha's family wants immediate arrest of Samarth, who is Twisha's husband, who is absconding. Demand number 2, cancel the bail of retired judge. The mother-in-law, Twisha's mother-in-law, retired judge, has managed to acquire bail. The family demands that her bail should be cancelled. Demand number 3, Twisha's family wants fast-track trial for swift and strict justice. Number 4, the family also wants a probe over the delay by the local police. I'm given to understand that the Prime Minister is speaking at the moment in Norway. We are cutting to it. All right, let's shift our focus back to the dowry deaths that we were talking about. Twisha Sharma, a former Miss Pune 2012, met her husband Samarth Singh, a practicing Bhopal-based advocate, through a dating app in 2024. They got married in December 2025, but just 4 months later, Twisha was found hanging in her husband's home in Bhopal. According to the chats between Twisha and her mother, the chats reveal that she felt trapped in an unhappy marriage and was being mentally harassed. She repeatedly asked her mother to come and to take her back home. Let me go across to Priyank, who's getting us more details on that. Priyank, the family of Twisha is alleging that this is a pre-planned murder. They are saying that this is being passed off as a suicide. They're also alleging collusion, that the police officers are in connivance with the family members of Samarth, who, by the way, is absconding.
And before that, they won't go for the final cremation. And what is very important, that the family members are for the final conclusive postmortem report, which can.
Okay, there seems to be a problem in connecting with Priyank. We'll connect with him again. After Bhopal, another shocking dowry death was reported from Noida. In Noida, Deepika jumped to death. The family alleges that Deepika was also tortured for the same reason, for dowry. There were injury marks all over her body. It was just 14 months into the marriage, a ceremony that reportedly cost 1 crore rupees. Deepika's family says she was continuously harassed and even physically assaulted by her husband and in-laws over dowry demands. Police have arrested her husband and father-in-law, and the body has now been sent for a post-mortem.
थाना इकोटेक 3 में बीती रात यह सूचना प्राप्त हुई थी कि ग्राम जलपुरा में एक महिला, जिसकी शादी 1.5 वर्ष पूर्व हुई थी, छत से कूदने से उसकी मृत्यु हो गई है। इस सूचना पर तत्काल पुलिस मौके पर पहुंचकर आवश्यक विधिक कार्यवाही करते हुए मृतका का पंचायतनामा और पोस्टमार्टम की कार्यवाही कराई जा रही है। मृतका के परिजनों की तहरीर पर सुसंगत धाराओं में अभियोग पंजीकृत कर लिया गया है और इस प्रकरण में मृतका के पति एवं ससुर को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है। अन्य साक्ष्य संकलन एवं विधिक कार्यवाही की जा रही है।
क्या नाम है जी आपका?
मेरा नीता नाम है जी। मेरी बेटी है।
आपकी?
हाँ, मेरे जेठ की पोती है, मेरी भी बेटी है। उन्हें टॉर्चर करा जा रहा था। अब फॉर्च्यूनर गाड़ी 50 लाख रुपए लेके आ, और नहीं लेके आएगी तो तुझे जान से मारेंगे। जब उन्होंने रात उसको मार दिया था, जब हमारे पास उन्होंने फोन करा था, तो अर्थात हॉस्पिटल में क्यों नहीं ले गए, शारदा में क्यों लेके गए थे? जब लेके गए थे शारदा में तो हमें बताते ना, हम शारदा में लेके जा रहे हैं। हम तो अपने काम में लग गए, हम तो अपनी बेटी के उसमें लग गए, और उन्होंने चाल चल दी, उन्होंने कंप्लेंट कर दी। तो क्यों करी थी जब उन्होंने मारी नहीं थी? उन्होंने चक्कुओं से गूंद के मारा, चक्कुओं से गूंद के। अब 50 लाख रुपए लेके आ और फॉर्च्यूनर गाड़ी लेके आ, नहीं तुझे खत्म करेंगे। सासू ने भी, आदमी ने भी, ससुरे ने भी, सबने उसको टॉर्चर करा और ऊपर से उसे फेंक दिया 3री मंजिल से।
So you heard the family members of Deepika. They are alleging that Deepika was killed. There were constant demands coming in from her in-laws, demanding a car, demanding 50 lakh rupees as dowry. These are the details, part of the FIR. Husband, in-laws, 2 sister-in-laws and an uncle-in-law have been named as accused. The charges against them include abetment, physical torture, harassment, cruelty and death conspiracy. These are the details that Times Now has accessed. They've been mentioned in the FIR. India continues to battle the ugly reality of dowry deaths, where marriage for many women still turns into abuse, torture and tragically even death. As shocking cases emerge one after the other, the big question, are India's anti-dowry laws still too weak, and is it time for stricter punishment and faster justice? Listen in to what the Janata had to say.
I think first of all, women should get educated. That's the only solution I feel. And getting married and settling down is not the only thing left anymore. If you go to see, there are women who now prefer not to get married at all. And I think that's a fair enough choice. And I think they should, instead of getting married or just thinking I should be paying, my parents should be involved in money or whatever, they should empower themselves. I think education is the most important thing to cut down on all these things, and you should have your own priorities. I honestly felt at that moment, if it is a judge's daughter-in-law, then there is no justice going to happen, because imagine the kind of a lady who's a judge and her daughter-in-law committing suicide. So you can see the mindset of that lady. So she's just been a judge because she wanted to be a judge, just education is that all she had. But the family honestly has no morals or values, because her own daughter-in-law is committing suicide. So that's the worst thing you can do. So I think the lady she's an ex-judge, if I'm not wrong. I think the whole point of getting educated and all, it's all a waste.
Amidst the dowry death allegations of Twisha, we're joined by her really close friend. What we want to know from you is that the way the case has unfolded, what are you feeling as a friend? What do you know about her? How was she as a person?
She's a very fun-loving person, and she's always been very strong, and she's been somebody who's always been helpful to others. I've always seen her laughing. I've always seen her happy. I don't think she could have taken this step.
Also, a lot of people are already writing this case off, thinking that the mother is a former retired judge, her husband an absconding advocate now, and won't really reach the end. What do you feel about it?
They are definitely influential people. They definitely know the inside or out of law, and how to fabricate information. And I think they are doing that very well, because as a normal citizen of the country, the least you expect is that the police will write your FIR, which did not happen for 3 days in her case. And we feel that that is absolute injustice. And we also feel that the postmortem has shown a lot of inconsistency. Her details are not mentioned correctly in her postmortem report. The belt that they are saying that was used is missing. They are claiming that within 15 minutes of her last conversation with her mother, she has passed away. I don't think this all can be true.
There are also allegations of mental torture and domestic abuse as well.
So I was not aware of all this. I have just gotten to know about it.
Moving on, we have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast probe widens in Noida dowry death case. Deepika's husband and father-in-law now in custody. That's the update. They've been sent to 14-day judicial custody. And we have Priyank getting us more details on that. Yes, Priyank.
Swati, both accused were produced before the Surajpur court back there in Greater Noida. And the court has sent them to 14 days of judicial custody. During this time period, the family members have already taken the body from the mortuary, and the body of Deepika has been sent to her parents' house in Greater Noida, near the Dowry area, where the most likely the parents will be going for the cremation today itself. But the postmortem finding will be very important because there have been clear-cut injury marks on her body, which was showing that the injury marks were ante-mortem. But it appears the big hole in her abdomen area is the sati, which is raising question that whether someone had attacked her with a knife or she was shot by her in-laws.
All right, Priyank, thank you very much for getting us the details. Moving on, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's statement on performing namaz has now sparked a political war of words. As the UP CM says namaz cannot and must not be performed on roads, he said roads are meant for movement of public and people cannot disrupt that movement. Yogi Adityanath further said that religious practices involving large gatherings must be done in an organized manner and in a designated place of worship. He further says that if needed, namaz can also be performed in shifts. However, the opposition has questioned the rationale behind this statement. Samajwadi Party argues that if namaz isn't allowed on the roads, then the same rule must apply to Shobha Yatra and other religious processions as well. AIMIM is accusing the BJP of betraying their own Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas ideology. Congress says it is important that the same rule applies to all.
सड़क पे शोभा यात्रा निकल सकती है, कांवड़ यात्रा निकल सकती है, सड़क पे भंडारे हो सकते हैं, सड़क पे राजनीतिक दलों के जुलूस निकल सकते हैं, लेकिन सड़क पे कोई नमाज न पढ़े। मेरे ख्याल से योगी आदित्यनाथ जी को इतना ही दिव्य ज्ञान है, इसीलिए वो इस तरह की बात करते हैं। खैर, जब कांवड़ यात्रा आती है तो कई 100 किलोमीटर तक की रोडें बंद कर दी जाती हैं।
देखिए, योगी जी टोटल फेल हो चुके हैं उत्तर प्रदेश के एज अ मुख्यमंत्री। शपथ लिए संविधान की, लेकिन आए दिन इस तरह के अनाप शनाप बकवास करते रहते हैं। कभी ठोक डालूंगा वाली पॉलिसी की बात करेंगे, कभी कट मूल्य वाली बात करेंगे। अरे कितनी नफरत आप फैलाएंगे। और अभी क्या आपका बयान है कि नमाज 2 शिफ्ट में नहीं पढ़े, 3 शिफ्ट में पढ़े रास्ते में, तो फिर हम दिखाएंगे हमारे लिए से नहीं तो। अरे किस तरह का भाषा का प्रयोग आप कर रहे हैं। आप एक राज्य के चीफ मिनिस्टर है, मुख्यमंत्री है आप। देखिए, किसी को रास्ते पे धूप में बारिश में नमाज पढ़ने का शौक नहीं होता। ये तो मस्जिद में जगह नहीं होती है, उसके कारण कोई 5 मिनट नमाज पढ़ लिया रास्ते में तो आपको तकलीफ हो जाती है क्या? तो चाहूंगा मोदी जी देखिए, सुनिए आपके मुख्यमंत्री क्या अल्फाज इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। क्या यही आपका सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास?
योगी जी का बयान एक मुख्यमंत्री का बयान नहीं हो सकता। मुझसे भी लोग पूछते हैं कि यूपी में किसका राज है, तो मैं बोलता हूं कि सांप्रदायिकता का राज है। लोगों ने मुझसे पूछा कैसे, तो मैंने कहा हमारे उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री उत्तर प्रदेश में रहने वाले लोगों को 2 नजरों से देखते हैं, 2 निगाहों से। एक हिंदू नजर, एक मुस्लिम नजर। कभी सोचिएगा दिल पर हाथ रख के कि जिनको आप कह रहे हैं कि शिफ्टों में नमाज पढ़ो, सड़क पर नहीं पढ़ने देंगे, तो आप साफ साफ बोलिए ना कि आप मुसलमानों के मुख्यमंत्री नहीं हैं। आप
स्टोन पेल्टर का काम तो सबसे ज्यादा तो बीजेपी के लोग करते हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक नफरती पार्टी है और उसके मुख्यमंत्री, जिनके बारे में खुद देश के प्रधानमंत्री कहते थे वो हर चीज में रिश्वत मांगते हैं। अरे भाई, तुम काम करो, अच्छी गवर्नेंस दो जिससे जनता में अच्छा संदेश जाए। रोड पे नमाज की या नहीं करने की, तो उसमें मैं चाहता हूँ कि सभी धर्मों के साथ ट्रीटमेंट एक जैसा हो।
The BJP has welcomed this move, but what's also interesting is how some Congress leaders have endorsed this statement, maintaining that performing prayers must never cause inconvenience to the public. But they are also hoping that this rule applies to all.
A welcome decision by Yogi Adityanath ji government, Yogi Adityanath ji, who has said that there will be no namaz on the roads. If this rule is not followed, then there are other ways to make the rule be complied with. Namaz should be done in the masjid. If masjid is small, then there should be namaz in shift, or you should control the population. But one cannot have rule of law replaced by Sharia law on the roads. No need of playing victimhood card. There cannot be a situation where one community feels they have right to block the roads in the name of namaz, then the other community will say that even we will practice our religious procession and religious festivals and religious things on the road. Then there will be complete chaos. Ambulance, truck, cars, school children, they will have no place. Only namaz will be done.
I think that again is a good move, and I also appeal to all our Muslim brothers to make sure that if you are causing any kind of inconvenience by offering prayers on the streets, I suggest that please try to refrain from that. But even the Islam says that when you are praying, your prayers should not lead to any kind of inconvenience to the people. Cracking down on all those, pelting the stones and all these things, because I think everyone has to be a law-abiding citizen.
Let's go across to my colleague Adib, who's getting us more details. Adib, interesting reactions coming in. Samajwadi Party hitting out at Yogi Adityanath, saying that the Chief Minister only wants to do Hindu-Muslim. Khaliqur Rahman of the Congress, however, says that people should not cause inconvenience to others while offering prayers. But he also says that he hopes that this will apply to everyone.
Well, certainly, Swati sees the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath made it very clear on the day one when he assumed the office during his first tenure that namaz will not be offered on roads. His main motive was that the road should not be hindered in any way, and when people are offering namaz, there's always a hindrance on the road. This is what the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has to say. In fact, he went on to say that people can offer namaz in shifts. If they are a large number in population, they can offer namaz in mosque. On the other hand, we have the Samajwadi Party, AIMIM, and on the Congress Party, they all are hitting at the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. The Samajwadi Party is saying that the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath only wants to do the politics of Hindu-Muslim. If he's banning the namaz, then he should ban other processions that is taking place in the state of Uttar Pradesh. We have the reaction from the Congress, where the Congress is welcoming the move, the statement given by the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, but they are saying that this should apply to all the other religions as well. In fact, the Samajwadi Party said that during the Kanwad Yatra, the roads are closed. So for several of the days and several kilometers of the roads are closed in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and this law should be applied to that also. But Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will not pay attention to that because he just wants to do the politics of Hindu and Muslims.
All right, Adib, thank you very much for getting us the details. With that, we are slipping into a very short break. We have a lot more lined up on the other side.